Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about one of my other favorite deck from Digimon. I'm actually going to try to explain what this deck's game plan actually is, because I find it very interesting, because I like the idea of building a giant stack, and pyramidimon is one of those decks that really revolve around getting to having a giant stack and then using it as resources, because of basically how it's set up, with many of the inherent abilities working when they are removed from the stack of the Dig Evolution card. So before I get into it, I hope that people know the basic of how to play Digimon. If not, you can look it up. There are many channels who explains it much better than I do. Just to get it out of the way. But Pyramidmon, it was one of those decks when I actually think it was this guy here. I knew I wanted to make the deck because I liked the idea of, really like the artwork of this guy, and like the idea of how it works and how the boss monster actually protects itself by crumbling to pieces. So the idea of the deck is that you build a stack from hopefully from 2 to 6, because that is what gives you the most option. And while the pyramidmon itself has a lot of effect, they really only works if you have material underneath it. So as long as you have material underneath it, it can remove those materials to activate some of its effect. One of them, for example, is fragment, and that basically said if this would be destroyed, you can remove, in this case, the fragment 3, you can remove 3 cards from its deck to the discard pile, and then it won't be removed. Also, when it de-evolve or attack or unplay, then you can remove 3 cards from its evolution card to basically do different things depending on which version of the pyramidmon you're actually playing. See, just to remind me, for example, this one. By trashing 3 in a rock trade, one of your opponent's Digimon you reduce the player of a Digimon's cost for each card trashed. It works a little bit better when we get into how it's the soul stack of this card works. Then we have this one, who, when you attack with it or de-evolving, you can give it plus extra security, which means it breaks through 2 shields instead of 1. And this one, who is deleting something of the highest cost. And then, most of them can rebuild themselves again from when you trashing cards from its de-evolution. We're just going to call it stack for now. But basically, these artwork, this is basically why I love it. This giant monster coming out of a pyramid, it's so goddamn cool. So the main idea is that you can see some of them have effect. Trash this card. When this card is trashed by a mineral or rock trait Digimon devolution, delete one of your opponents with a play cost of 4 or less, which works really well with, I think it was this guy. Yeah, with this guy. Or you can have something like get to draw an extra card, or this is one of those I actually use for control. We can take the egg. You gain 1 memory, so you can recuperate the mana memory cost. This one is more of defensive one. The thing is, I'm not very good at remembering what all of them can, but most of them can de-evolve, or this was again the guy we just had in it, deleting 4 cost on lower, or make it easier to basically clean your opponent's board with all the different kinds of Digimons effect you have, digivolving them even more. And yeah, the deck really feel like you're building this giant boss monster that your opponent should find a way to deal with. So of course, it's very reliant on you getting to your boss monster. And I think there are some tricks to get up there. I think it was this guy. Yeah, if you have one of the tamer close, and you have a Landramon, um, in your trash, you can actually digivolve this one on top of Susaniamon, which is the little version of it. And again, sorry, I have to read some of the cards because I don't play as much in tournament, but I do really enjoy the game when I'm playing it with my friends, because I always feel like the game can be back and forth, and when you pull off a combo like getting your boss monster out, I just really enjoy it. But yeah, it's a really interesting deck. One thing I probably should find a way to add is some removal, because both all my options and tamers and basic deck is built around getting to the big guy. So if people trying to rush me, I literally has to defend as much as I can. And I do have some cards for defense, like I have this Digimon who can evolve on my close if I really have to, or I have, I think it's this guy who gives blocker to anyone when he's in a soul. So yeah, it's a really fun deck, and what I really liked about it is there isn't very many SR cards in it. I'm probably missing some, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I have most of the close card and pyramidimon cards. So yeah, it's one of my favorite deck to play, just because I always feel like doing something. And it has the search power, where you, my favorite kind of search power, where you look at the top of your deck, or to find the things you need. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. And if I sound a little different, it's because I just got a new camera. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and have a nice day. Bye.